Hey, what's up everybody? I wanted to do a video on something that's been kind of bothering me lately. Um, but again, I'll get into that a little bit later. It's probably going to be a longer video. Um, but anyways, I'd like to start out with a story. For 3 years in high school, excuse me, I had this, because I used to run cross country, my coach, who um, I didn't really understand at the time, but now I'm beginning to understand it a lot more, and it's really actually helped me out. Um, every day, I mean, for 3 years, for the 3 years that I ran cross country, whenever we had practice, I mean, every day it was a glorious day. It was a great day, and I never really understood that. It could be, the worst conditions outside, just raining cats and dogs, just thunderstorms, whatever. There could have been 4 feet of snow on the ground. Every day was a glorious day. Every day was a great day to him. And I never really understood that, but it's something that, looking back over it, it kind of stuck with me through the years. And basically, to put a little bit more perspective on it, I'm going to read a poem, one of my favorites actually, that I think could put a little bit more context or perspective on basically what I'm trying to talk about. Anyways, though, the poem's called The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. So here we go. And I obviously don't have it memorized, so I'm just going to read it off my computer. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I marked the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Now, to me, you could probably come up with a million different explanations or interpretations of how you want to take it, basically, but to me, and in relation back to my story of my coach, who was honestly one of the most positive forces in my life, and he made a huge impact just because he was being happy and upbeat, basically. But yeah, going back to what that means to my story, basically, every day you have choices, and those choices are going to deem whether or not you're having a good day or a bad day. Obviously, it's illogical to think that every day of your life is going to be the best day, but who's to say that that day can't be good or great? Why does every day that's not the best day of your life have to be a bad day, I guess you'd say? And this is where I'm going to start beginning my rant. Like, you need to take it upon yourself by these choices to find the goodness or the greatness in that day. Why do you let the smallest minute variable ruin or dictate your 24-hour period? Let's say you're at work and the copier jams, and it's Monday, and a lot of people don't like Mondays. I don't really know why, but to me, I love Mondays. It's one of my favorite days because it's upper body power for me, plus it's the beginning of a new work week, and who knows what's in store. So I don't know, I'm not really sure why most people don't like Monday, but anyway, that's just an example. But yeah, people let the smallest little things just bother them, and I don't understand. It's like getting angry and upset about something ultimately does nothing. It's a waste of time. Sure, obviously there's going to be instances where you're going to get upset or angry or happy or whatever, but to ultimately be upset and angry is, I just don't see a point in that. I mean, I don't know. And then people let the smallest little things just ruin their entire day by that brief moment in that day, and now the whole day is ruined because one thing went wrong. If everything went right, I mean, where's the fun in that? I mean, every day is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be amazing, but I mean, you gotta take it upon yourself by your choices to find the greatness in that day. I mean, every day has chances and opportunities to become something great. You just need to find that. And to let one little thing ruin your entire day, to me, I find that laughable. I mean, people that let one little thing ruin their entire day, to me, are comical geniuses, because you don't know how funny that is to me. I mean, just think about it. Put some perspective on it. I mean, let's say somebody says something to you that you don't like or agree with, and it kind of pisses you off or whatever. Well, in that 30-second to a minute span, you've just now let that ruin or dictate your entire day. I find that to be funny, because you take something that somebody else's opinion, you take that so much to heart by what others think of you. To me, I find that funny, to be honest. But I don't know, like I'm saying, just to not keep repeating things and going over the same things. Really, I mean, each day you have choices, and I mean, you dictate what happens during your day. You dictate whether each day is good or bad. And to let one little thing or two little things ruin your entire day, I mean, come on. That's not a very good rationale, in my opinion. But again, that's just an opinion. I just find it funny that people let the littlest of things screw up their entire day. It's, basically about people that complain, and that's funny because this whole video is like one long complaint, basically. I guess moral of the story, I just want people to be happier. I mean, who cares if it's raining outside? Why does that make it a crappy day, I mean, who cares that, let's say you're riding your bike and you fall off it. So get back up and start riding again. Put a smile on your face. I mean, one little thing. Let's say you're walking down the stairs and you trip on accident. Okay, it's like 2 minutes of pain, and then now your whole day is ruined because of that. Or let's say, I mean, even in terms of like bodybuilding or lifting or whatever. I mean, let's say you're trying to bench 315 or whatever, or 225 or whatever, and you don't get the reps that you want to get. And then you start crying about it and throwing a pissing match in the gym and punching stuff and throwing stuff. And, start cussing. And I don't want to start cussing on camera, but you start cussing up a storm and making a huge scene out of something so little. I mean, why? Just be happy, live in the moment. I mean, don't let one choice dictate your entire day. Let your choices, plural, dictate and deem whether today is good or bad. I mean, I don't know, I guess basically people just need to quit being little bitches, excuse the language, and just enjoy life. I mean, smile, be happy. There's no reason where each day you can't smile. To me, there's no reason why you can't do that. And I don't know, before I just keep ranting and going over the same thing, it's just basically, I mean, be happy, folks. That's what it all comes down to. I mean, if you're not happy what you're doing, then you always need to change what you're doing so you are happy what you're doing. If each day to you sucks, well, you're obviously going to have to change in some way, shape, or form to make sure that each day does not suck. There's no reason for each day to suck. If it's not working out, change. If that's not working out, change and adapt. I mean, I'm not saying every day of my life is the best day of my life, because obviously that's illogical, and to think that is just retarded in itself. But there's no reason that each day that I'm alive can't be good or great. I find reasons. I mean, you just have to take it upon yourself, take some initiative, and make each day good. Find the greatness in that day. But yeah, that's about it.